Hey guys, it's Sadie and I am so excited to be making this video right now. I've gotten so many requests to do a what is on my iPad video. Also, all the ways that I use my iPad and also a ton of hacks and tricks that you probably didn't know about your iPad, and they make working so much more efficient and they make me so much more productive. And I also made sure that it would be aesthetically pleasing because why wouldn't I do that? Okay. Let's go. The iPad model that I have is the iPad Pro in the 12.9-inch screen, and it's a 6th generation. And I also have the Apple Pencil right here. I have it in the silver color. Basically everything that I'm showing you can still use on an iPad Air. What I also have is the Magic Keyboard. I got it in the black color, and this is a light up keyboard. It is just so easy to use. First, I kind of wanted to go through all the different ways that I use my iPad because I feel like a lot of people are just struggling to find ways to use it. First of all, I take all of my school notes on my iPad on Google Docs, and I will also look through all the lectures and do a split screen so I can have a lecture on one side and my actual notes on the other. And I definitely use it to make school projects, write all of my essays, make all my school presentations. I also edit all of my YouTube videos on my iPad. This is crazy because I have been waiting for this since I got an iPad. The only reason I would ever bring my iPad and my Mac to a coffee shop before was to use Final Cut, but now there is Final Cut Pro available on iPad, and I actually got early access to it, so I've been playing around with it, and I edited my entire last video on my iPad. I'm gonna go into more detail later. Something that I use my iPad for every single day without fail is digital planning and digital journaling, and I also have exciting things about that in this video. And obviously I use my iPad to plan all of my videos and plan all of my content for calendar and scheduling all of my events. I use it to listen to music and to scroll Pinterest and watch Netflix. So basically everything. Once you open up my iPad, I just have this cool gradient heart wallpaper that I found on Pinterest, and I will link this down below. I also have a whole Pinterest board dedicated to laptop backgrounds, which I would most likely use on my iPad too, just because the screen is basically the same size. Then I also have the large icon set. If you go into settings and you go to home screen and multitasking, I do the use large app icons. Honestly, it just makes it look more aesthetically pleasing in my opinion. At the top left corner, I have a little calendar widget that actually is not little. Like, I did the big widget on purpose because I just want to see what I have today, what's tomorrow, what are my all day events. Also, I can just press it and go straight into my calendar, but I don't want to do that because I'm scared that there's things that I can't show you on there. Then I have this cute little clock widget. There's like a time right there, but for some reason I needed to keep that on there. Honestly, just for aesthetic purposes, I would rather just read a digital clock. Anyways, the battery of my iPad and my Apple Pencil. Then I have a little Spotify widget. The last playlist I was playing was my Bro I Might Cry playlist. I don't know why. I was not sad last night. I was just in like a moody mood. You know when you're kind of moody and you're like, I could listen to some sad songs right now? That's like the feeling. I was also driving. I don't know. I'm fine. I'm fine. The song State Lines is so good. Also, I kind of like how it takes the main color from the album cover and it makes it the color of the widget. YouTube, FaceTime. So I have like 3 different mail apps because I like to separate business, personal, and school. Then I have GoodNotes, which is how I plan all aspects of my life. These are all of the journals that I have on my GoodNotes. I have my daily planner starred because this is something that basically when I open my GoodNotes, it goes to this because I'm always on this. This is my little daily planner, which will be available very soon. I put all the things on here that I found a lot of other digital daily planners and physical planners didn't have. Like, they didn't have a for tomorrow list, which is stuff that I wanted to get done today, but I didn't quite, and I'm not ready to make my full plan for tomorrow, so I'll just put it on tomorrow. I love having a timeline plus a priorities list of to-do, and then all the rest of the to-dos, circling the day, which is so fun because the circle is always perfect. And then I just have an affirmation, your mood, the date. This is just my perfect planner. There's more where this came from, and I've been working on a lot of things, and I'm just so excited to release these. I know so many people plan on their laptops and their iPads. This is also going to be able to be used on a laptop. I also have a study planner right there, which I kind of want to click on, but I don't really want to because I don't want to give too much away. Just make sure you stay tuned on my YouTube and my Instagram so I can tell you guys more about it and when they're available. All of these covers that I have on my GoodNotes are from Pinterest. And then I have a daily journal, which I actually, if I press on that, it brings me to the gratitude journal setup. Okay, then I have notes. I recently just learned so many cool new things about notes. I always have everything in folders. Also, I have certain notes pinned. I just swipe to the right and then I pin it. That just means it's going to stay at the top of your notes no matter how many notes you add to this folder. And you can also order the notes to whatever order you want. Something that I love about notes and the iPad and the Apple Pencil is if I swipe up from the bottom right of my screen with the Apple Pencil, Quick Note comes up. This is like one of the best updates that I swear Apple has ever done. But sometimes you just don't have time to like open your notes app and like pick the right folder. These are things that I would probably in real life get like a sticky note to write on, or like a little notebook that doesn't need to be organized, but instead I can just do it on my iPad. And also Quick Notes will sync from all of your devices. You can add screenshots to your Quick Note. I just realized you could do this. Go into the three dots and press add screenshot, and then it will literally screenshot your screen and add it to the note. This is so helpful for when you're doing projects and you have little ideas that you want to write down. What I noticed that you can do with notes is if you swipe down from the bottom and if you press and hold on the add a note, you can scan a document right from your home screen. All of your Quick Notes will be organized in the Quick Note folder. I have Google Docs, which is where I take all of my notes for school. Every single thing, every essay, every project I do, it's going to be on Google Docs just because I want to have it on all of my devices. Then I have Pinterest, and I also got a lot of my iPad inspiration from Pinterest and TikTok. I have Mail, which is my personal mail. Reminders. Learned a lot about this guy. You can basically make custom smart lists by using tags. I'm gonna go to my social media little to-do list. I'm gonna add a reminder, iPad video. And if I put a hashtag and say YouTube, tags show up on the left side of the screen, and whenever I want to just search for all of my YouTube video ideas, they will create automatic smart lists. These will also be organized with any dates or times, locations, or flags that you will put on a note. They will automatically make custom smart lists for you. I used to just have a to-do list that was just like an ongoing to-do of things that I kind of wanted to get done in the next couple weeks. Then I also had some things that I wanted to get done at a certain time or when I got to a certain location. So I wanted to refill the glucose in my purse when I got home. So I added this on a certain day when I get to a certain location, or when I'm getting in and out of my car, it will sense that. You can also get reminded when you're messaging a certain person. And what I also like doing is looking at the today. Say if you add in a note and you say lunch with friends. If you put it at a certain time, say I'll say 2 p.m., it will automatically put it in the afternoon category. You'll know exactly what you need to do in the morning, the afternoon, and the evening. Messages. Chrome. I like to use Google Chrome because all of my tabs sync from my laptop Google Chrome to this. And I also have a lot of tabs that I use for school that I want to be able to access on my iPad. Google Drive, which has all of my school notes and everything. Outlook is my school email. Netflix. Final Cut Pro. My previous bag declutter and organization video I completely edited on my iPad, and this was like a revolutionary experience for me. Some features that I am just in love with on the iPad are you have way more color adjustment options. I feel as though I'm editing my video in a photo editing app. I feel like my video from last week looks so bright compared to my other videos. The line drawing feature, are you kidding me? You can literally write whatever you want, draw whatever you want on the screen. There are so many different pencil, pen, highlighter, thickness, and opacities. You can also make it whatever color you want. There's so many color options, and then you can adjust how long you want it to be on the clip. That is such a cool feature that you can't really use on a Mac. And also just the dragging and dropping clips and already cutting the clips before they even enter the timeline. There's also a playhead that works as kind of like a mouse scrolling thing. I just feel a lot closer to the clips when I'm editing it like this, just because I can use my fingers. There's also a green screen mask that you can basically make text look like it's going behind your head. Trying it out on your iPad is such a cool experience, and it makes editing so fun and so portable because now all I have to do is bring this and my little magic keyboard to a coffee shop and I am good. YouTube Studio, which has all of my YouTube analytics. On the next page, I have a Pinterest widget. I was honestly just looking for widgets to put on my home screen just to make it a little cuter. This big Pinterest widget actually has my home feed on it, which I actually like a lot better. It shows new things every day and things that I haven't really seen before. Canva, which is where I make all of my YouTube thumbnails. I am Canva's #1 fan. Like, I swear I just make everything on Canva. Even when I have to make, say, like a graphic for a project, I'm gonna use Canva. I use Canva to make a resume, like everything Canva just has. Weather, photos, settings, Grammarly. I actually have the Grammarly keyboard set up. Once you download the Grammarly app, there's instructions on how you do it. I'm gonna go into one of my docs. When you're typing, you can just press that where you would go to the emoji keyboard, go to the Grammarly keyboard, and it will basically check and correct your text while you're typing. And you can also look at all the issues and spelling, conventions, and tone suggestions that they have for you. Then I have like to know it creator. That's basically where I get all of the links and my affiliate links that I share with you guys on my stories. I also have a bunch of different categories in there. That's kind of like my Amazon storefront, but for more clothing and like makeup sort of things. App Store, PayPal, calculator. This calculator is just huge. Like this makes me laugh when I'm using my calculator on my iPad and I'm like, Amazon, Zoom, Bookshelf is where I keep all my textbooks for school. Epidemic Sound is where I get non-copyright sounds for YouTube. And then I have this Zen flip clock. When my iPad is just sitting on the magic keyboard on my desk, I found it kind of dark and boring. So I decided I wanted to get this little flip clock thing that would also show me the time because I surprisingly don't have a clock in my room. You can also change the design of the clock, but I really like the bright one. You can also make it so that it turns on automatically when you start charging your iPad. And now I'm just gonna run through a couple of things that you probably didn't know about your iPad. When you're customizing your home screen, there are actually two different layouts that you can customize so that it will look different. You can organize your apps and your widgets differently when you are portrait versus landscape. I love the drag and drop feature because I am always putting graphics in my videos and I'm putting graphics in my Canva and thumbnails and stuff. You just long press on a photo. If you want to select multiple, you kind of just long press, drag it around a bit, and then tap on all the other photos that you want to move. You can move them into different apps, drag and drop. You can also do split screen and move them to the other side of the screen. It's just so easy and it's also very fun. The focus filters. I am begging you to customize your focus filters. Customize them around the activities and mindsets that you want to get in for your own life and your own workflow. So I actually created two personal focus filters. So I just went to the settings app and I added a focus filter of YouTube and social media work, and then I added one for schoolwork. For my YouTube one, I basically allowed all of my favorite contacts to be able to contact me because when I'm working on thumbnails and doing YouTube editing, I don't need to be like that focused and distraction free, but I definitely wouldn't want someone that I don't really talk to like get a random text from them or a random call. Like only my favorites and my best friends and my family are going to be able to text and call me. And then I also filtered my calendar so it will only show my business calendar, which is so sick. Like that is going to help my brain just stay focused on my task. For my school focus filter, only my favorite people, it sounds like I'm talking about like my favorite people like in general, my very close friends and family can contact me. And I also customized the home screen for this one. So I only put school apps, my calendar widget, and the clock. Automatically when you press your school focus, you're just gonna have only your school apps there. And I also filtered my calendar so it's only my school calendar. Also, what I just noticed that you can do for focus filters, you can say leave on for an hour or a certain amount of time, or you can say until I leave this location, which I basically do every time. I also sometimes forget to take my phone off of the focus filter. This is just perfect for me because it automatically does it and I don't even have to think about it. This is not really like an iPad specific tip, but I noticed that you can do a scheduled summary of all of your notifications. If you go to notification summary, you can schedule what apps you want all of your notifications to come from. So you just wanted to get all of your texts or all of your emails. You can say add to apps. You can add how many times per day you want to get the notification summary. The summary is going to be ordered by priority and also with the most recent notifications at the top of the summary. Now I'm going to go through some of my favorite Apple Pencil tricks. If you tend to write on a diagonal or like on a slant or on a curve, which definitely is me, I don't have the cleanest, nicest handwriting. Say you're done writing a sentence and it kind of is like slanted, you can select the handwriting and you can tap straighten. It'll automatically align it and make it super neat. Scribble is one of my favorite things to use, especially for school notes. And if I want to write on the slides that my teacher has set, I don't really like my own handwriting on the notes. I feel like it just makes it look messier. If you turn Scribble on and if you're writing, it'll just convert it into a perfect text format for you. And it will will do this in real time. Like, you don't even have to click anything afterwards, just as soon as you're done writing. My brother and I were actually testing this out and we were writing so messy and it still knew exactly what words we were writing. So if you have messy handwriting, definitely suggest this for you. Also, if you are writing in a darkened field, say one of your pages has like a dark image on it and you're trying to like scribble over it, then it'll automatically write in a white or lighter font, so it'll show up. The shape recognition tool is also one of my favorite things to do with this guy. When I am drawing a heart or an arrow or a star or a circle, if you pause for like 1 second after you're done drawing the shape, it will snap it to the perfectly drawn shape that you were trying to create. And this makes digital planning and writing notes so neat and clean. And this is also a pretty basic tip, but if you double tap your pencil at the bottom, it will switch from a writing tool to an eraser tool. You can also switch the setting of the double tap in your Apple Pencil settings on iPad. If you are in an app and you want to do split screen, all you have to do is just basically drag from the top of the screen and put it to one side, and then you can say like you want to open another app to do split view. Just press on the app and it'll automatically do side by side. You can make one side bigger, you can make it split down the middle. This also works in portrait mode. Not only is there a split screen view, but I feel like this one is one that not a lot of people are aware of, but it's slide overview. You can have one of your tabs open, let go of the secondary app on top of the full screen app that's already open, but I feel like I use split view and slide over very equally. If you want to copy and paste and undo and redo things super easily, just take 3 fingers and pinch to copy, 3 fingers and pinch out to paste, and then 3 fingers sliding over to the left undo, and 3 fingers sliding to the right will redo. I also do this so much, but just use 4 fingers to swipe between all of your apps. And something that I also really appreciate, which is such a simple update, is being able to simply touch and drag events on your calendar. And if you are looking for more productivity apps to play around with and some apps that I didn't mention, these are some that people really rave about and that can help you in school and work and all creative things. Notability Craft, PDF Expert by Readle, and Liquid Text. But there's honestly so many. Like, I definitely suggest just going on the App Store and looking through all the creative things. I know there's definitely also an app that I kind of want to get, and it's like a coloring book but on your iPad. That would be so satisfying because coloring would be perfect. If there are any more questions that you have about my iPad and how I use it, definitely comment them down below and let me know what you use your iPad for. I am so curious. I am like on iPad TikTok right now. If you want to stick around and subscribe, I make so many videos like this on digital decluttering, organization, and lifestyle. I would love if you subscribed and stuck around. But yeah, I love you guys so much and I will see you in my next video. Bye.